Yes, it's true. Trent Palmer just got his FAA pilot's license yanked.
All right, guys. Well, I just ended day 3 of my FAA hearing entitled The Administrator versus Trent Palmer.
Dan Gryder, probable cause. It's Tuesday evening, April 26, 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to get this video up and on the air. I'm going to talk about Trent Palmer and what is going on with that. I want you to know about that. So this is going to be a very short video, but before I do that, I want to tell you first up, foremost, I apologize for my audio. I am experimenting with a condenser mic. I got 50% right, kind of like the plane swap. I got 50% right, but I lost an audio track on the last one. I apologize. Right now I'm on this little condenser mic, and I think this might be doing okay for me, but I don't know. I'm not much of a tech guy. I just want you to know I'm doing the best I can, trying. I'm a one-man show, figuring out as I go, but I do read your comments, and I appreciate all the input. I appreciate you not hating me for audio and video quite so much as you used to do. It is improving, and here we go. So, change my mind. This is the concept of change my mind. Can a mind be changed? Well, I posted that video about plane swap and the whole thing that happened there. I didn't really know all the behind the scenes things when I posted that video, and I was not aware of the extent of the Red Bull oversight that apparently occurred on that. After the fact, now that I read all your comments and I did a little bit more research on this thing, it does appear to be a pretty flagrant violation of everything that we stand for. Your comments are appreciated. That just goes to show you the power of social media. I changed my mind. Sincerely, Dan, I changed my mind. Now, I'm coming from a background of flying, jump pilot, skydiving. I didn't know these people. I have no personal connection with Red Bull or these people or Trevor Jacob or any of the above. I did not get paid to endorse them, and I did not mean to make a video endorsing what they did. Typically, all I'm saying is from my experience in working with Red Bull in the past, normally Red Bull of everybody totally has their act together on paperwork, TFR, waivers, waivered airspace. They've got the whole thing always done. It's always made it very easy for me as a pilot to fly anything Red Bull because they totally knew what they were doing. On this one, I don't think that Red Bull themselves were involved. I think they left it up to Luke and Andy to take care of all this stuff. Turns out the parachute that was supposed to be for the airplane wasn't really suitable, did not work, did not lower the airplane safely. Initially, I thought, well, if it doesn't work, they do have a Cirrus-style CAPS parachute that's going to simply lower the airplane down to the ground and nobody will get hurt. Turns out not even that was true. So they had no TFR, no actual regular CAPS style parachute on this 182. They did not have approval. Ironically, I want you to know that I did, speaking of Trevor Jacob, I did a parachute jump on the exact same day, the exact same time that Trevor Jacob did his jump. I also jumped out over the Columbia River on the 50th anniversary of the D.B. Cooper thing, and I'm going to include a quick segment of that. I had to jump out of an airplane over the Columbia River holding a simulated $200,000 bag of money.
Ready, set, go!
So I did that. I fell out of the airplane backwards holding this bag with the cameraman, and we stayed in free fall, and I captured all that video. It was all very nice. My deal that I did for that was completely FAA approved. It took me a year of paperwork, negotiation, writing letters, emails, talking to people, get everything done. I didn't do that, and I was fully committed to not doing it if I did not have full and complete FAA on board and approval. I got that documentation. Everything that we did was legal. The jump pilot was legal, the plane was legal, the spot was legal, ATC. I actually made a parachute jump inside the Portland class Bravo right on final for their runway. The whole thing was completely crazy, but it was completely negotiated, completely approved, and everything that we did was above board. Come to find out, the Red Bull plane swap thing missed a whole bunch of key factors, and now that I read your comments and do a little bit further study, I think Red Bull and Luke and Andy simply missed a lot of steps in the approval process. Did it endanger life and personal property on the ground? Possibly. It could have. They were actually probably more populated out there in the desert than Trevor Jacobs was out there in the mountains. So should something happen to this? Probably should. I do not endorse, and I appreciate your comments. You changed my mind on this. I come from a background of skydiving for 40 years. We've been dropping chickens and goats out of airplanes and dropping stuff and jumping with each other, and Mr. Bill jumps and crazy stuff, dropping things. I've done all that stuff before. That's kind of skydiving culture, experimenting around with bodies in free fall and things in free fall. It's actually kind of cool. I've enjoyed it. I don't do much of that kind of stuff anymore, but you did change my mind on this one. Come to find out, I think the whole entire Red Bull plane swap thing really needed a whole lot further planning and thinking. I do not endorse what they did. Now that I know exactly what they did do, I do not endorse that. I fully agree. Both of those guys probably ought to get pilots' certificates revoked for that. Now, let's get back to Trent Palmer. I watched this video segment from Trent, and if you don't know Trent Palmer is an aviation YouTuber, 420,000 subscribers. Trent's a good guy. He's like the complete antipathy of me. He is completely squeaky clean. His audio is good, his video is good, his drone footage is good, his graphics are good. Trent really has his act together both in flying and in audio and in YouTube. Everything that he produces is squeaky clean, including the places that he goes, the things that he does. I've watched his channel since he started. He's an absolute professional on figuring out where to land, when to land. And the thing I like about Trent is that he always keeps this in his back pocket, that this shoot doesn't actually have to happen. If it's not good, Trent's not going to participate. And that's what I like about this. Now, in this particular case, Trent went through a deal that I am completely fired up over, and I'm not making any kind of call to action. Neither is Trent. He and I and Juan Browne Blancolirio have talked about this, what to do about it. I think you guys deserve to know what the real deal is. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to let Trent tell you in his own words. So he has arranged to produce a video that's going to come out Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Western time on the coast of California out there, West Coast time. So there's a 3-hour time difference between here and there. 9 p.m. here, 6 p.m. out there. And he's going to drop this video to fully explain in his own words. I've already looked at his video. He did a nice job. He fully explained. I want you to watch his video when it comes out, either live as a premiere. He'll be in the chat room with me and Juan at the same time, so you can interact a little bit, which I think will be totally cool. But this is a complete travesty. What they did to Trevor is probably justified. What they're gonna do to the plane swap guys is probably justified. What they did to Trent Palmer is completely ridiculous, and it sets a precedent that is I am most concerned with. In law, they have this deal where if a ruling is substantiated and found to be true, everybody from that point after refers to that case and says, well, it was true in Palmer versus FAA, so now it's true going forward. So this is Roe versus Wade for aviation. This is very important, because in aviation we cannot allow this decision to stand. I want to change their minds eventually. It's not going to be today or tomorrow, but I want to change their minds. Trent has applied for an appeal, so he's still got the possibility of this absurd FAA NTSB ruling. It's actually NTSB that made the ruling. FAA prosecuted him, and NTSB upheld the prosecution of the FAA. So he's going to tell you all about that. The whole thing is completely ridiculous. What's most alarming is that it cuts into our freedom to fly and our aeronautical decision making and our decision to do typical Trent Palmer style, elect not to do something if you don't feel comfortable with it. That's the whole point of this thing, and the ruling that they put against him totally wipes out all of aeronautical decision making, especially for the backcountry big tire guys that like to fly to what we call off airport destinations. I don't like this. I don't like any part of it, and I'm going to show you that, but I want you to join me in the chat room with Trent Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. West Coast time, what do you call that, Pacific time. Trent Palmer is the YouTube channel, and I want you to join. He's already got kicked over this. He went through a 5-day trial. That 3 days that he just mentioned in that clip, that's actually, it took 5 days, and the FAA slapped him with, NTSB actually slapped him with guilty, and I am completely upset over that. I want you to do me a favor of just hear him out. Trent's a good guy. Hear him out. He made a video and he explained it in plain English. He made it so simple that even I can understand it. Following up after this, Trent's going to do his deal live, and then within a few days, Juan Browne Blancolirio is going to do his debrief on it, on what he thinks, because Juan's also a big tire guy that flies this kind of stuff out there in the backcountry. Also makes little off-airport landings with Pete in the back seat. I think all that is totally cool, and that's their freedom to be able to do that safely and to make decisions on where and when to go, and especially the decision to not do it if they don't like it. Holy cow, they're trying to take that away from us, and I want you to get as fired up about this as I am. Watch Trent's video, and then watch on Juan Browne Blancolirio's channel within the next couple days after that comes out. Juan will do a nice job, I'm sure, on the debrief and give you his 10 cents worth what he thinks about it. I'm not going to get involved in anything political, or it's totally out of my hands. I just want to give you the heads up to watch this thing when it comes out on Trent Palmer's channel, the YouTube channel, for what he's got going on here. It's huge. This is the Roe versus Wade decision for general aviation that directly cuts into our freedom to fly. For my tiny little itty bitty fledgling YouTube channel, Dan Gryder, Probable Cause.